Alright, try to make this a little quicker of a video. There's a lot of knowledge I've acquired just in the last 4 years, but especially in this last year, really hit it hard. Stay focused. You know, lost 40 pounds in 40 days. Didn't lose any muscle definition or anything like that. It was mostly just intestinal baggage of weird stuff coming at me. But anyway, we got kale, we got kale, spinach, we're going to do cilantro, parsley, and some celery, and some carrots and some fennel, and we'll put half a lemon in there, and half a bell pepper, green bell pepper. But what I'm getting at is, you know, you got to clean up the river, and okay. So what we were talking about is getting the fresh food, and so you'll definitely want to get the fresh, high energetic foods. Oh, we were talking about planet Earth. Yeah, we're on it. You know, I don't know why NASA's trying to build a spaceship out in outer space and go all these other places. We're on the spaceship. We're on the mothership. You know, this is our spaceship, and it doesn't get any more perfect than this. So let's clean up our mind, and then we can clean up the world. And until we clean up our mind and wrap our mind around the fact that we are responsible for the world we see, we'll never change. We'll never make it any better. So what we've got to do is we've got to clean up our minds. You know, I got my bachelor's in psychology, and I don't think I would have even began this journey if I hadn't been a musician and really trying to master the mind and the body and try to be creative and artistic and try to really activate and clean up my mind and my heart, because this world has been programmed. I had let this world program me in such a way that I had a very stinking thinking kind of mind, and had a mind that was telling me all the wrong things and making me feel pretty bad about myself, and getting me to do all kinds of bad stuff just so I could fit in. And so I had to kind of get off the grid, you know what I'm saying? I had to kind of find my own self. And thank God some good people came into my life and got me on this path of cleaning up the body, because I was already on the path of trying to clean up my mind and my heart. And so then this stuff gravitated towards me. I was attracted to it initially. I loved the juice. I've always loved fruits and vegetables. Kids know they love their fruits and vegetables. But get grounded. You know, there's so many different high Wi-Fi radio waves trying to interfere with what the frequency of what Earth is trying to tell us. And whenever you're grounded to planet Earth, it resonates with you, and the consciousness of the natural order of things becomes apparent. But you wear shoes all the time, you're not going to be afraid to step on things. You're not going to be afraid to go places you shouldn't go. If you're wearing shoes, you're not going to be afraid to kind of step on somebody, or go down a dirty path. Whenever you start wearing grounded, shoes and moccasins and stuff like that, and the Vibrams, you gotta kind of watch your step, or else you could injure yourself. You gotta be aware and present of the body and be very, so it makes you in a vulnerable state where you have to be conscious of where you go, what you do. I love to climb trees in my Vibrams. That's something I would have never done in shoes. Why? I don't know. But whenever I get those Vibrams on, the 5-finger toes, with no foot support hardly, I get those things on and I just feel like Spider-Man. I just want to start climbing things because I got the nice grid. I want to go and walk down pebble lakes and rivers so each one of those pebbles can just massage my foot. We are out of touch. We're out of touch with Earth. We're out of touch with the natural order of things. We can't even feel. You go and apply for a job and they ask you, hey, can you shave your beard? Can you cut your hair off? They don't want you feeling. This is our bones that are actually extending. The same makeup that makes up our bones is the same elements that make up our hair. You cut your hair off. Kids hate getting haircuts, right? And you get a bad haircut, man, you might skip a week of school from all the emotional trauma that is just undergone. So there's a lot of emotion attached to it. We know this. Women know this, especially with their hair. Men, they've been desensitized. You know, it's almost like we're in the Cold War. Like, we're afraid of men that wear mustaches, right? Because they might be German, or we're afraid of men that might have beards because they might be Russian. It's ridiculous. So they desensitized us. They've feminized us, and they've kept us kind of a young, programmed kind of generation of people that do as they're said. If you're going to work for us and be deployed, and work for us, you're going to have to cut your hair and stop thinking. Don't have emotion. Don't think. Don't feel. So cut those things off. Well, it's the same with your feet. You can get a very good, another thing is now the energy is going to be, flowing very, very energetically through you. You're not going to have socks that are constraining the ankles. The hardest thing for the body to do, one of the hardest things the body does is get this blood back up through the legs. That's why there's a lot more toxicity actually in our legs that are harder to detox, because we're always stressing our legs, standing, walking, running, jumping. And so those are harder places to detox. But the good news is if you stop wearing underwear, right? Start wearing drawstrings. Take off the underwear. We're big kids now. We don't need pull-up diapers anymore, or shouldn't. And if you feel like you should look at your diet. Because more than likely you got the beer shits and the mud butt from the ribs, and you got the the diarrhea from too much chili. So it's like listen to your body, change your freaking diet, and pull yourself together, people. And get rid of the diapers. And so take off your underwear. In fact, take off all your clothes, especially during sleep. That will improve your circulation. Stop wearing socks. Stop wearing tight-sounding shoes and constrictive bras, and you'll notice that your energy will be enhanced. I think if you incorporate some of these other things, and it'll be awesome. So, whenever I did hurt my foot, I went ahead and I was working as a drug alcohol rehabilitation counselor. And I had to go to court and look all fancy with my business suit and my tie and apparel. I was looking good, And anyway, I was like, screw it, I'm wearing the Vibrams. Well, whenever I injured my foot, I was like, didn't have any swelling or anything, which was good. So that helped with the healing process. Well, one day I was like, I think I will be professional today and wear my shoes and wear my business socks and all that. And that day my foot just blew up big. Like, man, it was like apparent. You go back to the shoes, you go back to the socks, and